In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on April 8, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best bet single picks, best bet parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. New York Yankees versus Baltimore Orioles. The Baltimore Orioles will host the New York Yankees for Game 2 of a 4-game series, following a weather postponement that pushed the first game to Friday. The Yankees are 1-6 in their last 7 road games and 3-7 in their last 10 Saturday games. The Orioles are 1-4 in their last 5 home games and 0-5 in their last 5 Saturday games. The under is 13-5 in Yankees' last 18 overall. The over is 5-2 in Orioles' last 7 overall. The Yankees are 36-16 in the last 52 meetings in Baltimore and 46-19 in the last 65 meetings. The Orioles picked up the win over the Yankees in their home opener on Friday afternoon, and they'll look to pick up another win on Saturday night in what should be a very tightly contested matchup. New York has very high expectations this season, and although the Orioles may not be on the same level, they have the talent to contend with the Yankees and any other team on a nightly basis. The back and forth battle in yesterday's game is a perfect example of how tight this matchup is, and the remainder of the series should play out in a similar fashion. The Yankees have been seeing the ball very well to start the season, and they'll go up against a starting pitcher in Irvin, whom they've found great success against. Meanwhile, the Orioles were stymied at the plate regularly last season going up against Courts, and he'll look to do the same here. The New York Yankees have the pitching edge with Courts on the mound, and they've owned the Orioles over the years. I know the O's are more talented than they've been in the past, and their energy yesterday shows they're eager to prove they're different. Still, I'm going to side with the Yankees given the one-sided history between these clubs, so the New York Yankees money line is our full game side pick. The Yankees are averaging 4.83 runs per game. They haven't played a game on the road yet, but they averaged 4.72 runs per game on the road last season. They averaged 3.33 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Orioles. With Baltimore giving up 5.67 runs per game, the Yankees will go over their average in this game. The Orioles are averaging 5.67 runs per game. They haven't played at home yet, but they averaged 4.23 runs per game at home last season. They averaged 1.67 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Yankees. With New York giving up 2.33 runs per game, the Orioles will score enough runs to push the score past the total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. St. Louis Cardinals versus Milwaukee Brewers. St. Louis will try to snap a 4-game losing streak when it faces Milwaukee in the second game of a 3-game series on Saturday night. The Cardinals dropped their 4th straight game on Friday night, failing to generate offense in a 4-0 loss. Milwaukee has rattled off 6 consecutive wins since losing its season opener to the Cubs. The Cardinals are 37-14 in their last 51 versus a lefty starter and 21-8 in their last 29 road games versus a lefty starter. St. Louis is 39-19 in their last 58 in Game 2 of a series. Meanwhile, the Brewers are 6-0 in their last 6 in Game 2 of a series and 6-1 in their last 7 Saturday games. Milwaukee is 6-2 in their last 8 at home versus a lefty starter. The Cardinals have lost 4 in a row entering this one, and they just got shut out in the opener of this series. They've produced only 3 total runs over their past 3 games, while the Brewers have won 6 straight in dominant fashion. During the 6-game winning streak, Milwaukee has outscored opponents by a margin of 42-12. 3 of their wins have been shutouts, and I don't think it's possible for them to have played much better. Eric Lauer has been really solid for the Brewers the past couple of seasons, and he has a bullpen that hasn't given up a run since Sunday, backing him up just in case he falters. Milwaukee's offense has come around after a bit of a slow start. The Brewers put up 35 combined runs in a 4-game stretch after that, sweeping the Mets in the process. On Friday, Milwaukee had a dominant offensive outing with 7 different batters getting at least 1 hit. I like another solid effort here in a close close victory for the Brewers, so the Milwaukee Brewers money line is our full game side pick. Milwaukee has gone over in 4 of its last 5 games, and it has been a top 5 hitting team in the majors this season. St. Louis has been the league's best offensive team, so the Cardinals should bounce back from their slow night on Friday. They have lit up Lauer throughout his career, and I do not expect that to change in this matchup. St. Louis has gone over in 4 of its last 6 games against National League Central opponents. I do not expect either one of these starting pitchers to cruise through this game, making the over the only realistic betting option here. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. San Diego Padres vs. Atlanta Braves. The San Diego Padres and the Atlanta Braves meet in MLB action from Truist Park on Saturday. San Diego is 3-7 in their last 10 games overall and 5-2 in their last 7 Saturday games, while the over is 7-0 in their last 7 games against a team with a right-handed starter. Atlanta is 44-14 in their last 58 home games and 16-7 in their last 23 games against the National League West, while the under is 10-2 in their last 12 home games against a team with a losing record. The Padres picked up the narrow victory on Friday night to even up the series at 1 game apiece, which should create a very fascinating game on Saturday night featuring 2 veteran pitchers in Michael Wacha and Charlie Morton. This has been a very tightly contested series after 2 games, with each side winning 1 game which were both decided by 1 run. The pitching staff for both clubs has been overwhelmed by the powerful lineups, and tonight's game shouldn't be any different. Charlie Morton was roughed up in his season debut for the Braves, surrendering 3 runs on 9 hits across 5.1 innings, only striking out 1 batter against the Cardinals. Meanwhile, Michael Wacha was tagged for 4 runs on 6 hits across 6 innings of work against the Rockies, so neither starting pitcher provided much hope for their next outing. Wacha has been a bottom-of-the-rotation type of pitcher for the past few seasons given his age and decline in velocity, so his inconsistency isn't too surprising, but the more alarming notion is the regression that finally seems to be hitting Charlie Morton after years of dominance. Morton is slowly seeing a decline in his quality of pitches, and the detailed scouting reports that opponents have on him at this point of his career doesn't help his cause. That's not to say Morton can't have success this season, but it's tough to back him as such a heavy favorite against a quality opponent. The Padres' offense has come alive in this series with 11 runs against a dominant Atlanta pitching staff, and both games being decided by 1 run indicates that there isn't much separating these teams. Therefore, there is plenty of value on the road underdogs tonight in a matchup between 2 veteran arms. Although the Braves are primed for a bounce back with a more reliable arm on the mound, there's simply too much value on the road underdogs in this game to pass up on, especially with how well their offense has looked in this series so far. So the San Diego Padres money line is our full game side pick. San Diego is as feared as any team in the league, and there's a feeling that the offense still hasn't completely broken out yet. Atlanta is averaging over 5 runs per game and won't have any problems keeping pace with the Padres, especially against a San Diego bullpen that's been shaky so far with key arms unavailable. I expect both offenses to flourish under the lights at Truist. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.